Good morning, LREA members. It's your president, Teresa Knapp Gordon, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about perseverance and about self-care, because I'm an expert in self-care, but it's so important, especially when you are an educator in an urban school district and you face insurmountable odds many days that you work, in addition to tons of pressure and stress. It is very important that you develop and utilize self-care techniques. And so I think first I want to talk to you a little bit about perseverance. We talk to our students about perseverance all the time and how important it is to keep trying until you achieve your goals. And as adults, sometimes we need to talk to ourselves about that because, we get tired, and as adults, we have a lot on our plates, especially as educators, and we forget sometimes that perseverance is just as important for us as it is for our students when they're trying to accomplish something. And right now, we are in the fight of our lives. And I know you're weary, and I know that it feels like you're carrying this terribly heavy burden, and sometimes it probably feels like you're punching in the dark, and you're scared, and you're stressed, and you're frustrated, and there are all these things being said, and as educators, our first priority is our children, our students. And it's very easy when you're in a fight like we are in to lose sight of the fact that the whole reason for this fight is our students. Because you have all of these factors that are pushing back against that. And even though we know in our hearts that we have to engage in this fight because we cannot allow our students to be taken advantage of. Sometimes it's hard to recognize that that's what the plan is, because it's so deep in the shadows. Last week in the Know, I included a link to an article from New Jersey. And I included that link so that you could see clearly that this is not some kind of made-up fairy tale that was created to put you at risk or to put you into a fight that you can't win. This is serious, and it's been tried in other places. And it's come home now to Arkansas because the people in the shadows directing this are the Waltons and other billionaires who seek to make money off our kids. And unfortunately, Arkansas is the home of the Waltons. Or maybe fortunately, I don't know. Sometimes I look at, for example, this most recent presidential primary campaign and Mike Bloomberg and the money that he dropped on his presidential bid. And I think every time I see money like that being spent, I think, wow, what a difference that can make for our students. What if those billionaires put that money into our schools? Think about what a difference it could make for our urban schools in this country. Governor Hutchinson put forth his budget, his balanced budget, with this huge surplus. What about our schools? Our schools need to be fixed. Our schools' infrastructure needs to be repaired. We have needs in our schools. There should not be a huge budget surplus when our schools are in such need. And I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. Okay, I'm sorry. I got on my soapbox. So let me get back on track here. Perseverance. We have to keep fighting. And there's no there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to keep fighting. We are having some huge wins, y'all. And I know that it's hard to see those wins because you're so deep in the trenches. And I know that some of you are to a point where you just want to put your blinders on and you want to teach and you want to go home and you don't want to think about the fight. That's not okay. I'm sorry to tell you. Because at the end of the day, our kids are going to suffer. Do you want to work for a charter school? Do you want to have every safeguard that's in the laws and the standards of accreditation for public schools waived so that you can have 30, 40 kids in a classroom? You don't have to make the minimum teacher salary. You don't have to have any planning time. I mean, is that what you want? Do you want our kids not to have art, music, PE, libraries? Because that's what happens. And I'm just being real with you. Perseverance is key. It's okay to rest. It's okay to put down your load and rest. It's okay to put down your load and, not think about it for a minute. That's part of self-care. Sometimes we have to do that. And I'm just as guilty as some of you are. Sometimes I have to be forced to put down my phone or turn it off and take care of myself and just decompress for a little while. Build in some time for yourself. Go work out at the gym. I know that's fun for some of you. Go walk the bridge. Go plant a garden. Go get a massage. Read a book. Do something you love, whatever that may be. Bake a cake. If you bake a cake, bring me a slice. But do what you love and find your balance again, and then step back into the fight with us, because we need each and every one of you on the battlefield. That's how we're going to win this thing for our students. And it's too important. 22,000 students are depending on us to win this fight. And even more than that, that's just Little Rock School District. If it gets, if this fight is not won in Little Rock School District, what they do to us will be repeated across Arkansas and across the country. And we are the gatekeepers. And I know that's a heavy burden. I get that completely. My shoulders are weary just like yours are from carrying the weight of that burden. But we are the ones who have been chosen to do this for whatever reason, to fight this fight. And, usually when you're chosen to fight a fight, it's because you are the ones who can do it. And I know you guys can do it. I know that our members, our LREA members, have the fight in them. We have the wherewithal. We have the strength to win this fight for our students. And I'm not giving up. I don't want you to give up. But I do want you to take care of yourselves. And I want you to persevere through this fight with me. We're getting there, y'all. We have some wins. I can see the light glimmering at the end of the tunnel. We just have to keep fighting, keep punching, stand together, stand tall, and take care of business. So, have a great weekend. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not. As a farmer's daughter, I was always taught not to ever wish that it would stop raining. But I'm kind of tired of gray, so I'd love to see some sunshine. Have a great weekend doing whatever you do to take care of you. And then let's get back in this fight together. Thanks.